Hello viewers, welcome to SAT Prep class with Mr. David. Super excited to be here again, and I'm just happy with the comment I'm seeing from my viewers. Thank you very much. Today we're going to be intentional again and then look at our most frequently asked questions, which is parabolas. What do we understand by parabola? Parabola are just U-shape or N-shape. Our focus is just to see how we can crack it when it comes to SAT day. Sit back and enjoy the class. This is our objective, finding vertex points when the parabola is in vertex point. Finding vertex point when the parabola is in general form. Finding vertex point when the parabola is in x-intercept form. And then we'll look at SAT related question in line with what I've said above. Number one, finding vertex point when the parabola is in vertex form. You just need to recall y equal to a into x minus h all squared plus k. Where you have your h comma k is your vertex point, is the vertex point. And also you need to take note that when your parabola opens upward like this, where you have the turning point here is your parabola, and that's where you have your h comma k. It opens upward when a is greater than 0, and then at that point, which is your turning point, you only experience your h comma k at its minimum. Then if your parabola opens downward, then be sure that your a is actually less than 0. Then at that point, you experience your vertex at its where? Maximum rather. Experience it at its maximum. These are few information you need to know. For the second category in our objective, we have if you have your equation in a general form in terms of ax squared plus bx plus c. My focus to all my students is finding the h, which is the x vertex, which is minus b over what? 2a. Once you're done with this, you can shortcut by not using this method and plug in your answer into the function, and whatever you get is now your k. So meaning you can find your h comma k without using this crazy formula. But if it is what you recall, then fine and good. It's just used to find your h, plug it into the function to get your k value. Then lastly, when the general form is in x-intercept form, I need you to understand again that if I have a parabola like this is my turning point. Turning point means halfway into the graph. Meaning if I want to get this h, is x value at the middle. Middle of what? Your x-intercept, which here we call alpha and what? Beta. So meaning if I have my x-intercept, the solution to the equation, the root of the equation, once I have the average of the two, and I call it my what? H value. Then again, once you're done with that, you plug in back what you have gotten as h into the function to get your what? K. And that is all. Let's look at how to go about SAT standard question with what I've said so far. In question 1, we want to identify which of the equation match up with the graph they gave us. One good point is that the graph opens upward, and if it opens upward, we are sure that a is greater than 0, and then all of it are actually greater than 0, 2, 2, 2. Then we look for another point, which is the turning point. If you trace it up, is at 3, comma, you trace it here, minus 7. So this is your h, this is your k. So when you write the general form and you plug in your information, what you get is already we know a is 2 because all of them have 2. So you have x minus 3 all squared, then plus k, which is minus 7. And the only one that match up with what we have written is what? D. Moving on to question 2 is a parabola that opens downward. So because it opens downward, we are sure that a is less than 0. And which one is a less than 0? Option A. We don't need to stress ourselves because the rest are positive number, positive number, positive number. So only A is negative. And you pick your answer and go on without wasting time. Question 3. We are asked to which of the following is an equivalent form of a function f above in which the minimum, keyword minimum value, when there's a minimum, then we're looking at vertex form, which is a into x minus h all squared plus k. And with that alone, you can eliminate a, you can eliminate b. So your answer is between c and d. And how do we find our h and k? Look at the function they gave us. They are in x-intercept form. So if you set the first equation, the first bracket to 0, you will get x equal to minus what? 6. Then equate this one to 0, you will get x equal to what? When you move it to the other side, that's 4. Then take the average of the two. That will give you your k. That's minus 6 plus 4 over 2. And that will give you minus 2 over 2. And that will give you minus 1. Then put it back in the general form. You have y equal to a into x minus, what is h? Minus 1 all squared plus k. And then you have negative, negative, and that will give you x plus 1 all squared. So with this alone, I don't need to find my k because already I've seen where I have x plus 1. So this is out, and D is the right answer. Moving on to question 4, we are told that in the quadratic equation above, A is a non-zero, the graph of the equation, the xy plane is a parabola with vertex C, D. We're used to H, K, right? They gave you C, D. Notice this is X and Y at the turning point, at the turning point. So you can use any letter to denote it just the way they gave us here. So I'm looking for D, but you can't find D without finding C. From my note that you find C first, then substitute that C into the function, and that will give you your D. So let's find C. C is the average. What's the average of the x-intercept? I said set up this one equal to 0, you have x equal to what? 2. Set up the second equation equal to 0, you have x equal to what? Minus 4. So take the average of this, you have 2 plus minus 4 over 2. Plus minus will give you a negative number. And then you have negative 2. Are we together? Negative 2 over 2. That's a negative 1. So you plug in this negative 1 that you have gotten as C into the equation that you have here. So your y will now turn to D that we are looking for. And that will give you A into what is your x? That's minus 1, minus 2, open bracket, minus 1, plus 4. And you have what? A minus 3 and 3. Sorry, back to the question. And 3. Where is my pen? My pen, my pen. That's 3. So you multiply, you have what? A negative 9a. And that's your answer. So your answer is D. Moving on to question 5. The equation above is a quadratic equation. Which of the following equivalent form of the equation display the x-intercept? Keyword x-intercept. So I'm looking for the one that displays x-intercept, and it's only C. The rest are out. No stress. Moving on to question 6. What is the minimum? Minimum again. That means they are telling you to find your y vertex. And to do that, like I told you, you find your h first. Formula for h is minus b over 2a. And what is your a? A is the coefficient of x squared, which is 1. Coefficient of x is minus 6, while the constant c is 4. So if you plug in all of this, you have minus b is minus 6 over 2a is what? 1. Negative negative will give you a positive 6 over 2, and that will give you 3. So I've gotten my h to be 3. Substitute that into the function, and then you have your d of 3 now as a 3 squared minus 6, 3 plus 4. And that will give you 9. This will give you 18. And this will give you 4. Don't fall a trap of adding this to that is wrong. You're supposed to rearrange. This is a positive, a negative, a positive number. So 9 plus 4 minus 18. And 9 plus 4 is 13 minus 18. That will give you a negative 5. So your answer is B. Question 7. Which of the following equation represent the parabola shown in the xy plane? Is a parabola that opens upward. Can we take anything out from there? No. And let's write, you have y equal to ax minus h all squared plus k. So this is your h, this is your k. Let's put it there. So you have a into x minus 3 all squared minus 8. So this alone I can remove option B because it's having positive 8. Which one again can I remove? I can remove D, why? Because it's having positive inside, and here I have a negative number. So my answer is between A and C. Now I want to get the A value. You can use any point to find what A is in this equation. So let me use the first point. Here, this point means x is 1, y is 0. X is 1, y is 0. Meaning you have 1 comma 0. This is x, this is y value. So that's what I will substitute into this. So my y is 0. You have a into what is x1 minus 3 all squared minus 8. So you have 0 equal to a, and you have minus 2 squared minus 8. You have minus 2 squared, that's 4. So you have 4a minus 8. Take 8 to the other side so that it will be a positive number. And you divide by 4, you divide by 4. So your a will give you 2. So therefore my a is 2. So C is the right answer and A is wrong. Moving on to the last question. In the quadratic equation above, there was no quadratic equation there. So I'll put this in the next video for my student to solve. There's equation missing up there, but don't worry, it will get across to you in the next video, and I hope you enjoy the class. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and your comment is equally important. The student asked me to do this, and I've done my part as I've promised. I'm waiting for your comment, your like. Again, do not forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. See you.